History warns us, when leaders demand sacrifice, we must be extremely careful and ask who truly benefits. Let's be real to heal, Canada. Think about this. From 1965 to 1989, Nicolae Ceausescu ruled Romania by convincing the citizens that their suffering was necessary for the country's success. They endured poverty, rationing, heavy taxation, all while Ceausescu and his inner circle lived in excess. In the end, the people realized the truth. Their sacrifices, they'd only strengthened the regime, not their nation. It took the people 25 years to end their suffering, and they're still suffering from their emotional trauma and pain to this very day. Now we see a similar message here in Canada. Let's take a look. Prime Minister Mark Carney, he writes in his book, Values. He writes here, in A Way Forward, my optimism springs in part from the responses of the vast majority of Canadians to COVID. People have acted out of human compassion, not financial optimization. People have gone well beyond compliance with lockdown measures to active charity. The willingness, at times eagerness of Canadians to help their fellow citizens has often come at great cost to their wallets, their family and social lives, and even their mental and physical health. Now let's think about this. These responses came from policies advised by Mark Carney to Justin Trudeau at that time. He acknowledges here as well that we suffered a great cost to our mental and physical health. We remember this. We suffered the highest level of suicide that we ever have experienced historically in Canada. And that gave Mark Carney optimism? So now Carney convinces us to eagerly choose to pay higher taxes, disguising them with carbon credits and rebates, while we struggle with rising costs for home, shelter, food, energy, and no matter how hard we work, we can't make ends meet. Meanwhile, Carney and his financial and government elitist friends, they profit, especially from the carbon credit system that he designed, helped shape, and convinced governments to implement, while they profited through Brookfield management at our expense. Sacrifice can be noble, but only when it serves the people, not just the elites. Psychologist Gad Saad warns that no greater crime has been committed on citizens of the West by its own governments than to force us to willfully accept having a gigantic portion of what we make be stolen from us for the greater good. It is a form of soft slavery, he puts it. Now, when Carney gets up in front of the news reporters and then he ridicules Pierre Poilievre by saying that he's so stupid, he doesn't understand world economies, all he talks about is lower taxes, cut the taxes. Mark Carney is gaslighting us into believing that cutting taxes is not good for our country. So that we'll blindly accept increased taxes and then he'll fake us out with his carbon credit scheme? We're paying way too much tax in our country, way too much. So what is he doing, putting down Pierre Poilievre for saying that he'll cut taxes? Just like Ceausescu, Carney's message sounds noble, but who gains the most from our sacrifice to accept higher taxes? So ask the questions, the tough questions. Demand real answers. It's time for us to be real to heal, Canada, and say no to Mark Carney. Thank you.